In times of deep crisis, leadership must restore courage, renew faith, and act decisively, while remembering that true security comes from God, not government alone. In 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed a nation in despair, calling Americans to confidence, action, and national unity during the depths of the Great Depression. Franklin D. Roosevelt's first inaugural address, March 4, 1933. My fellow citizens, this is a day of national consecration. I am certain that my fellow Americans expect that, on my induction into the presidency, I will address them with a candor and a decision which the present situation of our nation demands. This great nation will endure, as it has endured. It will revive, and it will prosper. So, first of all, let me assert my firm belief. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. In every dark hour of our national life, a leadership of frankness and vigor has met with that understanding and support of the people themselves, which is essential to victory. And I am convinced that you will again give that support to leadership in these critical days. In such a spirit, on my part and on yours, we face our common difficulties. They concern, thank God, only material things. Values have shrunken to fantastic levels. Taxes have risen. Our ability to pay has fallen. Government of all kinds is faced by serious curtailment of income. The means of exchange are frozen. The withered leaves of industrial enterprise lie on every side. Farmers find no markets for their produce. The savings of many years and thousands of families are gone. More important, a host of unemployed citizens face the grim problem of existence, and an equally great number toil with little return. Only a foolish optimist can deny the dark realities of the moment. Yet our distress comes from no failure of substance. We are stricken by no plague of locusts. Compared with the perils which our forefathers conquered because they believed and were not afraid, we still have much to be thankful for. Nature still offers her bounty, and human efforts have multiplied it. Plenty is at our doorstep, but a generous use of it languishes in the very sight of the supply. Primarily, this is because the rulers of the exchange of mankind's goods have failed, through their own stubbornness and their own incompetence. Practices of unscrupulous money changers stand indicted in the court of public opinion. They have fled from their high seats in the temple of our civilization. We may now restore that temple to the ancient truths. The measure of the restoration lies in the extent to which we apply social values, more noble than mere monetary profit. Happiness lies not in the mere possession of money. It lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort. The joy and moral stimulation of work must no longer be forgotten in the mad chase of evanescent profits. These dark days will be worth all they cost us if they teach us that our true destiny is not to be ministered unto, but to minister to ourselves and to our fellow men. Recognition of the falsity of material wealth as the standard of success goes hand in hand with the abandonment of the false belief that public office and high political position are to be valued only by the standards of pride of place and personal profit. And there must be an end to a conduct in banking and in business which too often has given to a sacred trust the likeness of callous and selfish wrongdoing. Small wonder that confidence languishes, for it thrives only on honesty, on honor, on the sacredness of obligations, on faithful protection, and on unselfish performance. Without them, it cannot live. Restoration calls, however, not for changes in ethics alone. This nation asks for action, and action now. Our greatest primary task is to put people to work. This is no unsolvable problem if we face it wisely and courageously. It can be accomplished in part by direct recruiting by the government itself. We must act quickly, but we must also act wisely. The people of the United States have not failed in their need. They have registered a mandate that they want direct, vigorous action. They have asked for discipline and direction under leadership. They have made me the present instrument of their wishes. In the spirit of the gift, I take it. In this dedication of a nation, we humbly ask the blessing of God. May He protect each and every one of us. May He guide me in the days to come. Commentary and Reflection 1. Crisis Leadership in the Great Depression. Franklin D. Roosevelt speaks during the worst economic collapse in U.S. history. Massive unemployment, bank failures, national fear and uncertainty. His focus: restore confidence first. 2. Fear itself, psychological leadership. Roosevelt identifies fear as the greatest obstacle. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear. A biblical truth echoed in national leadership. 3. Expansion of government power. Unlike previous presidents, Roosevelt calls for direct federal action, large-scale government programs, emergency executive authority. This marks a major shift in American governance. 4. Moral framing of economic failure. He criticizes greed in banking, loss of ethical standards, materialism over character. Matthew 6 verse 24. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. Practical civic lessons. Courage is essential in times of crisis. Fear can paralyze a nation more than circumstances. Leadership must balance action with constitutional limits. Moral integrity is essential to economic stability.